Hello. I just went to the bazaar. I bought some cherries. Bought some cucumbers. I bought two cartons of eggs. A carton of eggs was $1.50, and then the cherries were $2.50 per kilogram, and the cucumber was, I think, $2.50 per kilogram. I think. And then I bought this is like strawberry oatmeal, raspberry, blackberry oatmeal, apple cinnamon oatmeal. Maybe that's it. I bought this. It's like some sort of snack with sunflower seeds and maybe honey or maybe caramel or something. I tried one. They're reasonably priced, and I tried one and I liked it. Oh, there's an apricot flavored oatmeal. This is Roshan chocolate made by the former, it's the company that the former president of Ukraine, Petro Poroshenko, he's a billionaire from selling this chocolate, but this is creme brulee flavored milk chocolate. I got dark chocolate with chocolate inside, chocolate cream. I got chocolate with coconut inside, and then double peanuts chocolate. That's what I got. Then, so in Ukrainian, these are Lay's brand potato chips. In Ukrainian, it says Argentina steak. There's a picture. It kind of tastes like, jerky. I had a bag the other day. And then I got Doritos, Mexican beef burrito flavored Doritos. Has a picture of a burrito. Meanwhile, if you said burrito, no one here would have a clue what you're talking about. Oh, I also got some blueberry oatmeal. And then I got some potato puree. It's like instant mashed potatoes. That's what I got. Oh, Pikachu, what? This is American. I'm American, but I live in Ukraine. So I made a video that I'm going to post in 24 or 48 hours of my trip to the bazaar, and it's kind of interesting because I only speak a tiny bit of Ukrainian, but no one speaks English. But I was able to make deals, and I met the guy that I bought my house from. He was there. Here's Pikachu with the Valentine's Day heart candy or whatever, and it says, "You're cute, Pikachu." One video. Okay. Are you trying to make a YouTube channel, Pikachu? I like to put the chocolate in the fridge so it's not melted. It seems to melt. Oh, hello. What? Elise DeWitt. What? That sounds very... Is that American? Oh, Donnie. What are you doing? I just got back from the, what is it? The, DeWitt Malise. Is that German or French? Anyway, I went to the bazaar and I bought some cherries. Bought these cherries. Bought some cucumbers. And I bought some chicken eggs. Bought some chocolate. You're in Korea. Wow. You're in Seoul, Korea? I remember the Olympics were in Seoul years ago. I watched the Olympics. Are you watching soccer? It's funny you ask that. I don't watch the games because it could take 2 hours to score no goals. But these are FIFA inspired potato chips, and it says in Ukrainian, it says Argentina steak. That's the flavor. So you live in Seoul, yeah. And then the other flavor. And then these are Doritos, and also FIFA, and they're Mexican beef burritos. These are actually pretty good because they have a little bit of lime flavor too. So I like the lime in it. It's kind of like the best part. So I'm not really doing anything. I'm live streaming, but I made a video that I wasn't able to live stream because I didn't have data on the phone, but it's an iPhone, so that should be a really clear video. I haven't even watched the video, but I just I'm gonna post it in 48 hours, and it just shows me walking through the bazaar, the Ukraine bazaar, buying the stuff that I just bought. So it just shows and then there's two bazaars. There's the weekend bazaar. It's only on the weekend, and then there's the daily bazaar. So after I went to the weekend bazaar, I went to the weekday bazaar, the one that's every day, and I saw three cats. I saw one adult cat and two baby cats. One looked like he was part Siamese, and the other one just looked like a regular black cat. And the adult was a black and white cat. But I just was watching because someone was feeding them. They live somewhere near the bazaar, and then the people like to feed them. So I don't think they own them. I think the lady. There was an old lady there, and she said, "Do you want a baby cat?" Oh yeah, those Doritos, yeah. So have you had these? Whip Melise, have you had these? These ones? These are really good, and they're seasonal. So after the World Cup, I don't think. Oh, they're really good. I like nacho cheese. I'm studying English. Oh, you're studying English. Well, annyeonghaseyo. I've eaten at some Korean restaurants in America, and they have my favorite item is the riblet. It's like Korean barbecue ribs, but they cut them instead of a rack. They cut the thing, and so you're eating you hold the bone and you eat the meat around the bone while you're holding it, and they're really good. So I got those Doritos in Ukraine at the grocery store, and I don't even know if they have them in America, but I got them here, and they were, let's see, it's 90 grams. It was like $1, maybe $1.25 for 90 grams, and then this was, let's see, not sure. It was at 95 grams. It was about the same price. So Lay's and the Doritos are about the same price. About $1.25 for 90 grams or 95 grams. I like nacho cheese Doritos. I like Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch is probably the best flavor that I like. Here they have a barbecue that I maybe they had barbecue when I was in America, but I don't remember buying any. So I can buy the barbecue and try them out. Where's your Australia? I'm in the country Ukraine. Are you from Australia? I lived in Australia for 2 years, but now I live in Ukraine. I live in Europe. I'm far away. Oh, you live in Australia? What part of Australia? Tell me. I used to live in North Sydney, and I know all the suburbs of North Sydney pretty much. For 2 years, I walked around Sydney without a car. And sometimes I had a bicycle, but someone stole my bicycle seat when some Australian stole my bicycle seat off my bicycle. Can you believe that an Australian would steal another person's bike? So, about 20 years ago, I went to Istanbul, Turkey. Istanbul has millions of people, and there's a million bicycles and not one lock. Because guess what? People in Turkey don't steal bicycles. Maybe the penalty is you lose your hand. I don't know what the penalty is, but in Australia, they'll steal the bicycle seat off your car, off your bike. You're a poor guy. The bicycle wasn't even mine. Melbourne, but what part of Melbourne? Like Templestowe? Where? My uncle lived in Victoria for 2 years, about 50 plus years ago. I haven't been to Melbourne, but I hear, like, here's what Americans don't know, never heard of Ned Kelly. Oh, you don't have to tell, I don't care. You could lie to me, I don't care. Anyway, I had a friend from Templestowe. He now lives in Las Vegas. So he's an Australian, born in Templestowe, Victoria. You know, man from Snowy River. And then he immigrated to America. He lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. But so most Americans have never heard of the man from Snowy River. In fact, I met this lady in Arizona. Her last name was Brumby, Brumby. I said, do you know what the word Brumby means in Australia? And she said, no. I said, it's a wild horse like a Mustang. And there's a movie called The Man from Snowy River where this cowboy in Victoria, he catches some wild horses. He loses a horse to the wild horses, like, yeah, thank you, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just saying, in Australia, and so I have been told that in Victoria there's a museum where Ned Kelly. Guess what? Americans don't know who Ned Kelly is. When I was in Australia from 1993 to 1995, you could go to the Franklin's supermarket and buy Ned Kelly brand bread, and it had like a cartoon of Ned Kelly's helmet and his two guns or something, and I would buy that bread because it looked cool. But Americans don't know who Ned Kelly is. I think there's 3 different movie versions of Ned Kelly, and the lead singer of the Rolling Stones, he played Ned Kelly in one of them, and then there's an Australian that played Ned Kelly. I can't remember his name, but he's the one that died of some sort of drug overdose. Heath Ledger, he played Ned Kelly in one of the Ned Kelly movies. I've seen the one with the Rolling Stones, but I can't remember his name, but the lead singer of Rolling Stones. Yeah. So there's a museum in Melbourne, somewhere in Victoria, that has the armor of Ned Kelly, the helmet, and I think his rifle, or maybe pistol. And he was executed. He was hung somewhere in Melbourne in a jail for committing murder. Or he was accused of murder. Yeah. Do you know who Ned Kelly is? Do you know who Ned Kelly is? Okay, anyway. So also in this museum, there's a stuffed Phar Lap, this famous racehorse, Australian. I think it was born in New Zealand. You're liking it a bit. So Phar Lap was a famous racehorse. I think it was born in New Zealand, but it was an Australian racehorse. And it was so good. And so it's possible it died of natural causes, from its diet or something. It got sick and died, but it was only like 2 years old. And supposedly there's a conspiracy that it was murdered. I don't know. I don't know if it was murdered or not, but Ned Kelly's armor's there. Phar Lap is there in this same museum somewhere in Melbourne. I've never been to Melbourne. And guess what? Australians, they say Melbourne, but Americans, they would say Melbourne because they don't know how to pronounce it. If you said Melbourne, Americans would have no clue what you're talking about because I didn't know. But I had 2 roommates when I was in Australia, in Sydney. I had 2 roommates. One was from Templestowe, and the other one was from Cranston, Victoria, which is near the Mornington Peninsula. And they spoke differently. Like one was from the city, the city, the suburbs of Melbourne, or I mean, yeah, Melbourne. And then one was from the country of Victoria, the county, out in the country. He talked like a country person. The guy in the city talked like a city person, but they talked differently, and I had a hard time understanding them. So I also bought a book. Let's see, it's an English book, and it has all these quotes. So I'm gonna. Oh, wow! It has quotes from Clint Eastwood, some poets. Carl Rogers, I don't know who that is. I do not know. Need Collins. I'm not sure what it means. Judy Garland. There's a quote from Judy Garland. Some guy named Douglas Horton says, "No one can drive you crazy unless you give him the keys." Melbourne. No, it used to be called Smelbourne. Oh, Mother Teresa has a quote: "If you can't feed 100 people, then just feed one." Ah, very wise. Anyway, that's the news. So this is because it was smelly. Oh, really? Like smelling from cows, or what? What was the smell? Smelbin. Was it from? What was the stink? Was it just sewage, or? I didn't know it stunk. 50 years ago, maybe. So my uncle was there probably in the 70s. So maybe it was, yeah, that's at least 40. No, yeah, it's at least 50 years ago. He was there in the 70s in Melbourne. And I think he spent a couple months in Tasmania too. Because it was smelly. I'll have to research that because I didn't know that. So David Malis, or David, is that Polish or German? What language is their name? Because to me, it's not English. Maybe it's Italian. I know there's a lot of Italians down in Melbourne. Maybe it's Italian. Maybe it's like David. See, in Hawaiian, I have a cousin that's Hawaiian, half Hawaiian, and his name is Tavika, which looks like Tavit, but it means David in English. So I think your name is David. David Malis, maybe? David? Back then, okay. Anyway. So I helped my uncle. He had videos on his phone. Poop. Oh, it smelled like poop. Okay, poop. Okay. So it smelled like poop. I'm sure everything did. I heard Paris used to smell like that. And maybe it still does. I don't know. Some guy that I knew that lived in Paris, France for 2 years, he told me that Paris, France was stinky. That's what he told me. Maybe it's the same reason, but oh, from horses. Ah, okay. So New York City had that problem. Back in the days of the horse and buggy, New York City smelled really bad because of horse poop. Yeah. What do you do? Everybody's riding horses or horse and buggy. It's like now everything's smog from gasoline fumes and all. What can you do? Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of the things that make us special. With this little book of uplifting quotes, celebrate what makes you sparkle, shine, and stand out from the crowd. There's no one quite like you. My dad used to have horses. David. Oh, so your name is David. But what language is that? Is that Italian? Or is it Polish? Or so your name is David. Okay. In Hawaiian, it's Kavika. That means David. Ethiopian. Ah, okay. But your name is David. In English, your name is David. Okay. So I've been watching some video. Supposedly, the Ark of the Covenant from Moses is in Ethiopia. Did you know that? There's a long history of biblical facts and artifacts in Ethiopia at some church there. And supposedly the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia, the country. There you go. Maybe you didn't know that. Oh, I see that. That's the Ethiopian flag. Yeah, it's a cool flag. Ethiopian flag. Yeah, I've seen it before. It's a very interesting flag. You are Ethiopian. Yeah, I understand. But you speak English and you live in Australia. So you probably have an Australian accent if you're going to school and learning Australian English. Australian English and American English are both English, but the slang is different, the accent's totally different, and just some of the words are just different. I mean, they mean different things. Like, I never heard the word queue. There's a word queue. In English, we would say line, or word like I'm in line, or you guys say I'm in queue, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you don't. But when I was in Australia, I heard people say queue, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But that's what they were talking about. Anyway, Ethiopia, yeah. Interesting. Anyway, so if here's the thing, I helped my uncle start a YouTube channel, and then I helped this. So my mom's in a rest home in Arizona, in America, and one of the caregivers that's taking care of her, both two of them are from Jamaica, and I said to one of them, I said, "Do you want to start a YouTube channel?" So I helped her start a YouTube channel. So she has a YouTube channel now, and she posts videos. She has a daughter that's like 21 and helps her edit the videos and make them look cooler, more interesting. So I helped at least two people, and then but you could start it because you're Ethiopian and you live in Australia. You speak multiple languages. I'm assuming you speak Ethiopian and English, Australian English. But you could make YouTube videos, and it would be interesting. The whole world would watch it because that's very unique. Oh, you don't speak a lot of Ethiopian, but you speak English, right? Are you surprised that I realize your name is David? I'm not good. Oh, you're not good at English. So you speak Ethiopian, but not good at English? Is that what you're telling me? I don't know. Anyway, David, are you surprised I found out your name was David in English? That's pretty interesting, huh? And I don't speak Ethiopian, but I thought your name might be Polish because I think that's how they say it in Polish, or maybe German. I don't know. I don't know how you say it in Polish or German, but I know they use the W as a V in Polish and German, I think. Anyway, 12 people watching. So David is Ethiopian. I think he speaks Ethiopian, and maybe he speaks some English too. I don't know. I'm assuming. Anyway, he lives in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. I've never been there. What country are you? I'm American. I live in Ukraine. I moved to Ukraine 2 years ago, and now I live in Ukraine full time. I have a green card. I'm a permanent resident of Ukraine, but I'm an American. I was born in Arizona. I'm from United States of America, USA, but I don't live in USA anymore. No. Okay. Anyway, that's the news. Yes. David. Malisi. So is your name spelled Malese? David Malese, maybe? Because I know a lot of languages are phonetic. Like English is not phonetic necessarily, but I'm assuming Ethiopian is phonetic. So maybe your name is Melese or Melese, David Melese. But you could start a YouTube channel and I'm not making money, but I don't need to make money because I'm a pensioner and I collect a pension. But you could make money and you could potentially, you could make videos, and maybe you're young enough. Oh, oh, so your name's not David. You're son of David, Davidson. Oh crap. So this is what the money looks like here. This is 20 grivna. That's about 50 cents. Here's 50 grivna. That's about $1.25. This is 100 grivna. That's about $2.50. And then 200 grivna is about $5. They also have a 500 grivna, which is about $12.50, but I don't have any of those. Not on me. I try not to carry bills that big. No one likes to take them for some reason. They're like, oh, I don't have change. Are they like, do you have something smaller? No, I don't. Anyway, that's the news. That's what the money looks like. I know him. You know him. Okay. You know him? Who's him? You know David? Do you have any Ethiopian money? Oh, you're a girl. Okay. Okay, you're a girl. Well, I thought your name was David, but then you said you're the son of David, but the daughter of David. This is a little coin. It's 2 grivna. It's worth about 5 cents. So, money, yeah. Oh, I thought I didn't have any. Oh, so here's 500 grivna. And that is $12.50. I thought I didn't have any, but I do. I guess I do. I'm hearing a weird bird sound. So this morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning, there was a Russian drone flying over town. And then there was a Ukrainian drone following it, trying to protect us. They sound different. The Russian one, the Shahed one, sounds like a lawnmower. And the Ukrainian one sounds like a fast fan, like a whizzing, almost like a whistle. Really high. They're different anyway. That's the news. So it's been 29 minutes. I'm going to cook some eggs and eat I haven't eaten breakfast yet, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to cook some eggs, and I'm going to fry some or cook some cucumbers. And then afterward, I'll eat some cherries, maybe. I might make some potato puree, instant mashed potatoes, or maybe some oatmeal. I haven't decided yet, but that's the news. So I'm going to take a break. But basically, this is a proof of life video. My relatives, there's a family reunion right now in Utah, America. And so a lot of my relatives on my mom's side of the family are there. And I'm in Ukraine. Sorry, I went silent because I was greeting a guest. Yes, greeting a guest. It's okay. Okay. So if you make videos, if you are David Malesse. Okay, well, I'm going to go silent because I haven't eaten since yesterday. Sometimes I eat in the middle of the night, but I didn't last night. I was too tired. And now I think I'm catching a cold because I'm losing my voice. Anyway, this is the main reason for this video is proof of life to my family and friends and the world that I'm still alive, because we're getting terrorized by there's a war between Russia and Ukraine, and I'm in Ukraine, the side that's getting attacked and invaded, and they send drones to terrorize us, and they send missiles to terrorize us. And anyway, I'm still alive. I'm relatively safe. I'm far away from the big city. The big cities are the main target. I'm far away from the front line. I'm far away from the big cities. I have a baby brother. He is 1 month old. Wow. Okay. Maybe his name's David. Well, that's good. You probably love your baby brother. Okay. I'm going to end this live stream and I'm going to eat breakfast because it's currently 9:15 in the morning here.